Shree Renuka Sugars. Narendra Murkumbi is with us now to talk about those numbers. Morning, Narendra. Thanks very much for joining in. Your operating numbers for every segment looks fine. It's just that your trading revenues have gone down quite a bit. Do you expect that to be the case even going forward?
Good morning, Udayan. Yes, I hope we don't have much trading revenues going forward. Last year's trading numbers are mainly due to export of sugar and how dramatically things have changed. We are importing a fair bit of sugar into the country, and in fact Renuka is the leader in that segment as well. And that is translating into higher, and should going forward translate into higher revenue numbers and profit numbers for our sugar segment.
What's the current stock you're sitting on? I mean, how much has the stock increased in this quarter?
Well, we have an inventory of about 527,000 tons at the moment.
Narendra,
in March end, sorry. Yeah.
Sure. What kind of contribution are you expecting from the other two divisions, though, cogen and ethanol, for the next couple of quarters?
Well, cogen, in fact, we have shown better numbers than last year, thanks both to an increase in price as well as a better performance in terms of number of units sold. We continue to see strong power prices. We are currently selling power at about 6.5 rupees. And the next two quarters also we will continue to generate power. Of course, there is no bagasse anymore, so we are running these power plants on coal. All our major cogen facilities have the facility of also burning coal. And at the same time in these factories we are refining raw sugar in the off season because the cane crushing is over. And we are now producing white sugar from raw sugar as well as doing cogen. Ethanol, again, I think compared to last year we will show higher volume numbers overall for the year.
What's your own estimate, Narendra, of how much of a recalibration there might be in sugar prices? Because a lot of sugar manufacturers have been putting out pretty bullish targets.
Yeah, I mean, I would not get very excited, but the reality is that in fact the Indian crop has come in much below most people's estimates. I think it's about 15.5 million will be the final figure. Next year also I think planting is more or less over, and we don't see more than about 20 million tons of production. So over 2 years, that is this year 2009 and 2010, India might need to import about 7 million tons, and basically the domestic price will have to rise to a level which makes imports affordable, and imports affordable with a margin to whoever is importing. So given that, and given the fairly strong global scenario for sugar prices, it's hard to be anything but bullish at the moment.
That's the selling price bit. What about your cost of production? Coming out of Karnataka as you do, your cost of production should be significantly lower than some of the UP players.
Udayan, actually, in our area, we have a very low statutory minimum price, but actually the cane price varies according to the price of sugar, because it's more market driven. So we have, a better leeway when sugar prices are low, because cane prices tend to go lower. But in this year, for example, last year our cane price was around 1100, and this year it is about 1700. So there has been a very significant shift in cost numbers as well, and we expect next year if sugar prices go stronger, then the cane price would again move up a bit.
But some cushioning of margins you would expect because of the imported raw sugar that you've done?
Yeah, in our case, in fact, yeah, we have covered a fair bit of raw sugar, and I think their margins are kind of costs are fixed, and the margin would be dependent on what the domestic sugar price ends up with. We were earlier expecting about an average of about 21 rupees realization for the next 2 quarters, but I think prices are stronger than that, and given the fact that imports are lagging the expected amount needed, we expect stronger prices going forward.
Thanks, Narendra, for joining in this morning. That's Shree Renuka with their numbers. Stock should come up on your screens. Just fly.